from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
All concerned are hereby advised that the main branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union Limited, located on the corner of Grenville and St. John Street, St. George's, will be closed on Thursday 19th and Friday 20th January 2023. This closure has become necessary to facilitate the relocation of the branch to our new office on the corner of Halifax and Cross Streets, which will be operational from January 23rd, 2023. Management apologizes for any inconvenience caused and reminds all members that our branches at Victoria, Grenville, Grandance and Carriacou are available to serve you. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is Network News for Thursday, January 19, 2023. In the headlines, Caribbean Development Bank steps forward to assist with finding a solution to the region's air transport crisis. Grenada Cannabis Committee facilitates consultation with foreign agency on the way forward for the cannabis industry. Government approves community liaison officers to service each constituency. And around the globe, Antigua and Barbuda's Gaston Browne wins general elections for a third consecutive term. And Ukraine's president urges allies to deliver more weapons. Listen to sports news. Grenada capitalizes in sports tourism. Good evening. I'm Kenroy Baptiste at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll be back with the details.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The government of Grenada is congratulating Prime Minister Gaston Browne and the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party on the election victory and return to government for a third consecutive term. Grenada's Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, noting the spirited political contestation, said the electoral win reflects the renewed confidence of the people of Antigua and Barbuda in Prime Minister Browne's leadership and vision for the future of the country. The Prime Minister added, and I quote, "I look forward to deepening the close and collaborative relationship shared between our nations as we collectively face the challenges of environmental resilience, sustainable economic growth, and opportunities for all our people." The government of Grenada is also congratulating all contending parties and the people of Antigua and Barbuda for turning out to exercise their franchise in a peaceful manner. While responding to the requests of Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and other Caribbean leaders for an amicable solution to the concerning decline in regional air travel, the Caribbean Development Bank announced it has funded a consultancy to address the Eastern Caribbean air transport crisis. Beverly Telesford reports.
In July last year, 1 month after taking up office, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell gave his commitment to a timeline of December 31st, 2022 to put forward a proposal to the region outlining the way forward for regional travel.
I'm happy to indicate that, in fact, while in St. Lucia last Friday, OECS heads would have had a caucus, and we recommitted to redoubling our efforts to addressing the issue of regional air transportation. We have a follow-up call with the Caribbean Development Bank for the 2nd of August. And so we really are hoping that by the end of the year, we can come to our citizens with concrete proposals as to how we intend to address this issue.
According to a release from the Caribbean Development Bank, Prime Minister Mitchell and other heads of government from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Guyana, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines reached out to the bank for assistance to examine and address airlift capacity challenges. Responding to their request, the CDB Board of Directors approved a technical assistance grant to the tune of US $350,000 to go towards developing interim arrangements to address the crisis. The CDB will finance consultancy services, which will devise urgent provisional measures to re-establish regular air transport services within the sub-region. President of the CDB, Dr. Hygienist Jean Leon, said the CDB has embarked on decisive and integrated action to address the recent reduction in air transportation.
To safeguard the region's future, governments need to take decisive and integrated action to reform the air transportation operating environment. These measures should include: 1, rationalizing the regulatory environment and addressing factors that contribute to the high cost of travel.
The void in regional air connectivity has emerged because of the collapse of LIAT, the main intra-island air carrier in the Eastern Caribbean, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and its subsequently severe curtailment of services. Currently, LIAT operates 50 flights a week, 90% down from almost 500 flights weekly prior to its demise. The significantly reduced airlift capacity has hindered the movement of goods, services, and people, to the disadvantage of tourism, trade, employment, business activity, and social relations. The president also pointed out another unnecessary issue with regional air travel, which requires residents from some Caribbean islands to travel to the United States in order to access other Caribbean countries.
We have a crisis, especially in parts of the region, where you cannot move from one country to the other without necessarily getting a visa to go through the U.S. as a connecting point. So a young kid or young adult, 20, 22 years, looking to move from one country to the next, has to get approval of a visa to enter through the United States, even if there is no business in the United States.
The technical assistance grant was approved by the CDB board at a meeting on December 9th, 2022. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Now, the news. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says a strong community presence by the government is necessary, as government officers most times are out of touch with the daily woes of community residents. As the government embarks on this move, Prime Minister Mitchell says Cabinet recently approved 15 community liaison officers to serve as a voice for the people.
It's important for us to, in fact, have a strong community presence. We have, in fact, just today, as luck would have it in Cabinet, approved 15 community liaison officers as a starting point to begin the process of rebuilding the community initiatives. And the aim really is to begin the process of strengthening the relationship between all community groups, whether they're sports groups, cultural groups, etc., and the government. And so that we can start the process of helping to strengthen them, helping to encourage them.
Prime Minister Mitchell says these officers would be trained to effectively communicate and understand the practices and norms of the people at the community level.
It would also mean these officers need to be trained, need to be resourced, need to understand the challenges that they would face. What are the cultural nuances? What are the do's and don'ts when it comes to the communities? Where does the line begin and end between, in a sense, the most central roles of dedicated ministries, etc., etc. So the training is something that we certainly have to embark upon.
Now, charting the way forward for the cannabis industry, Grenada Cannabis Committee held engagements with the Laconic Infrastructure Incorporated, as we hear in this Christina John report.
In an effort to realize Grenada's prospects of gaining full monetary advantage for the cannabis sector and other potential benefits using data, the Ministry of Agriculture, through the Cannabis Committee, held engagements with Laconic Infrastructure Incorporated. The Laconic Infrastructure is a U.S.-based organization which works in agricultural production empowerment through the use of modern environmental data to empower farmers to do more with less. Ministers of government as well as members of the Cannabis Committee met with a two-man team of consultants on Wednesday to discuss how best they can move this industry forward. Chairperson of the committee, Rolanda McQueen, explained the reason for the consultation, which she says goes beyond just plantation.
I didn't want our island to be known as just growing marijuana. I was looking at the bigger picture of agriculture. I wanted to look big. I was thinking big, and I wanted us to do something that would sustain us, and that even the farmers and people that was well learned about the industry. I just didn't want to do guesswork. So I think the best way to do it was to bring in expertise in and let us listen to what they have to say.
Andrew Gilmore is the Chief Executive Officer of Laconic. He explains how data helps in ensuring that pharmaceutical grades of cannabis are manufactured.
With data comes the ability to grow more cannabis at a higher grade of purity for THC or cannabinoid oil than just standard plantings, and that will enable pharmaceutical grade cannabis products to be manufactured by Grenada, generating more revenue and giving more potential products out. So you have to have a very high quality data pedigree for the plants for any of those products to make their way into pharmaceutical products or medications. And so having the data and our platform will allow your cannabis initiative to service an industry beyond just the recreational cannabis industry.
Bongo Ruan, one of the members of the Rastafarian community serving on the Cannabis Committee, is optimistic about Grenada's prospects of tapping into the international markets for cannabis.
I do think that this presentation going forward, that there's a lot that can be that we can learn from it, and in the sense that we are talking on more on a broader international scale, not just local Grenada or just the region all day, but on a broader scale. So I think that Grenada, in that sense, we have a great chance of taking the right step going forward.
Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, thanks the consultant for their input.
This is the kind of partnering we need at this point in time, especially where we are once again at our infantile stage of developing the agricultural sector, even though it was at one point in time the backbone of the economy. Today it seems as though we have to start from scratch, and what a way to start. Definitely what you have outlined this morning falls straight in our pot, as we say in Grenada, and it will definitely be of use to the transformational agenda that we are embarking on in Grenada as it relates to agriculture.
Christina John, GBN News.
The countdown is on for Grenada's 49th anniversary of independence celebrations in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The National Celebrations Committee is seeking volunteers to assist with preparations there. Nisha Paul reports.
Representative from the National Celebrations Committee, Deanna Isaac, is calling on everyone to get involved in order to have a successful independence celebration.
To encourage inclusion. It's not just about the committee that is actually planning the events, but we want to ensure that all citizens feel a part of. Because when Sir Eric Matthew Gary went to England to get us our independence, remember, he didn't go alone, He went with a very important person from Carriacou and Petite Martinique. And as we call him, Daddy Blaze, Mr. Hubbard Blaze, to get independence. So it shows that from the time the process for independence started, it had to involve every citizen.
She says the Hillsborough area has been adopted as one of the central points for decoration.
We have on board with us Paddy's Enterprises and Hardware, and they have sponsored 2 picnic benches for the area. And we are also soliciting any corporate citizen on Carriacou, Petit Martinique, Grenada, who are willing to join with us to do some beautification at the Hillsborough Pond area so that persons in Carriacou can have a nice little space that they can, a green space that they can go and enjoy themselves and just relax.
Petite Martinique will also be a part of the celebrations.
The subcommittee, which is headed by Mrs. Odinga Blair, will be having what is called for the first time Made in Petite Martinique Expo. So they'll be displaying all things that are unique to Petite Martinique, and persons can actually purchase. Again, we're asking persons from Carriacou to join with us to Petite Martinique for the parish celebrations up there. And then we return to Carriacou and we have our military parade at the Hillsborough Recreational Grounds on the 3rd of February at 9:30 a.m.
The 49th anniversary of independence on the Sister Isles will commence with a church service at the Christ the King Anglican Church on January 22nd, in Carriacou, and in Petite Martinique on January 29th at the Petite Martinique Roman Catholic Church. These celebrations will culminate with a military parade at the Hillsborough Recreation Ground on February 3rd. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Reporting the day's news, this is Network News. Still ahead from us, governments to focus on awarding targeted scholarships. Stay with us.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. Information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras such as solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4, 8, and 16 channel, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grandin, St. George. Let us help you with your security needs. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality products.
Or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
You
ate well, drank and indulged, laughed, and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver, and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandans, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sandy Money
Rep your colors. Hot 98 presents the 473 Colors Boat Ride. Going down on Saturday, February 4. Get your tickets now at gotofed.com for only $65. Food included. Boarding time 7 p.m. The boat sails at 7:30. Music on board by the Hot 98 DJs plus other guest DJs.
Baby, calm down, calm down.
Rep your colors on the boat, cause this one here is gonna be epic. Lock the date, Saturday, February 4th. Hot 98 473 Colors Boat Ride. Don't you miss this.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is Network News. Welcome back. Rihanna Douglas made history as the first student from Pomrose Roman Catholic School to top the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment. 6 years later, she is preparing to sit the May-June CAPE exams at the Tia Maisha Community College, where she's studying pure mathematics and physics. Nisha Paul caught up with her earlier this week and has this report.
The transition between primary school and secondary school, it wasn't too tough. The schoolwork is just simple enough. I did 15 subjects for CSEC, but I only attained 7 grade 1s and 7 grade 2s. So I think I did really well. And I went to TAMCC straight after, and currently in my 2nd year, I'm studying math, pure mathematics and physics, and plan to do the 2 units for CAPE this year.
Rihanna Douglas was 12 years old when she topped the 2016 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, or CPEA, with 486 points. She went on to attend the Anglican High School, where she graduated as the valedictorian for the class of 2021. The now 18-year-old is currently in her final year at the T.A. Marisho Community College, TAMCC. She is aspiring to further her education in civil or environmental engineering.
The subject was physics with Mr. Jason Douglas. He was a really good teacher, and I really enjoyed his physics class. And also the technical drawing classes I really liked those, so I wanted to do something architecture or like civil engineering. That's how it came about, or environmental engineering. It's relevant in today's times with global warming, climate change. So I'm thinking it's a very relevant field to go into.
Rihanna shared the achievement with her twin sister Rihanna, who had placed 13th on the island. Rihanna also attended the Anglican High School and obtained 10 subjects, and is now aspiring to become an optometrist. Rihanna had this advice for students preparing to sit the May-June CAPE exams.
Keep your head on, study, practice a lot, and just take it easy. Sometimes it gets exhausting, but it's just to take it one step at a time.
For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Wonderful advice. I remember Rihanna as a student of Palmrose. I believe there was NADMA's disaster awareness quiz. She always had it in her to excel. Good for you. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says his administration will focus more on awarding targeted scholarships. This is seen as needed to further government's development goals.
And you look at what people are getting scholarships for, and is it tailored to our actual needs? And so we recognize that we have to take a deliberate policy to say these are the areas that we need to beef up our human resource capacity in. I'll give an example: engineering. It's a major area where we have significant shortages of engineers, and therefore the scholarships need to be targeted to that. Obviously, the healthcare sector, right? And I just cite these as two examples. So we cannot continue to simply allow, and to some extent they're probably simply not guided, or students coming out to just simply go pick what I would call a normal routine type stuff, which leaves them frustrated, because oftentimes you go and you get these degrees, and the question is, what are you doing with them in the context of Grenadian society?
The Prime Minister referenced a shortage of veterinarians in the country as an example, despite the presence of a university on island. He said there was a need to build human resource capital in the country.
Not knocking psychology, but if you are not actually going to pursue a career along that path, should we allow our students to go and spend 3-4 years studying psychology and they come out and they're looking for an administrative or clerical job, right? Or should we not say to them, we need significant persons in horticulture, in marine biology, in engineering, in interior decorating. I'm using those types of things because these are skill sets that are actually needed. You have hotels that are being developed here. Who's going to help 4-5 years from now when they need to redo all of this stuff? Do we again go back and hire someone from overseas to be able to tell you how you do the deco, etc., etc.? So those are the skill sets that we need to be able to say these are the things we need based on the type of economy we have, and actually ensure that the scholarships, the tuition assistance, travel assistance are geared towards being more targeted in terms of some of the areas that we need.
All right, so in October 2022, government awarded 88 students with scholarships valued at more than $6.3 million. The National Water and Sewage Authority was presented with 3 flow measurement devices that will help improve its data collection capability.
3 electromagnetic discharge measurements with accessories were handed over to the National Water and Sewage Authority NAWASA on Tuesday, 17th January. The devices, which include 3 flow measurement instruments along with 3 tablets, were procured under the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada GCRUISE project and will support NAWASA's river flow data collection. The total value of the device is $64,629.58. expense. The items were procured under the G-Cruise project sub-activity, piloting improvement of data availability and data management for discharge measurements at rivers and streams. Making the presentation on behalf of G-Cruise, head of project Marian Geis says the devices are a major boost not only for NOWASA, but also for the future Water Resource Management Unit, WRMU, under the G-Cruise project, which will require data from NOWASA to aid in its operation.
I'm very pleased that today we received the electromagnetic flow meters that we're handing over today to NOWASA to support the data management or data collection that is required for an accurate water resource management, which later on by the new Water Resource Management Unit will be used to set the basis for providing the water that we need also in the stress of climate change.
Receiving on behalf of NOWASA, General Manager Mr. Christopher Husbands expressed the organization's appreciation for the devices while highlighting the importance of effectively managing the island's water sources.
Clearly, the Water Resource Management Unit and the whole development of water resources in Grenada is an area of focus for us. If we don't manage the resources well, we won't have water to produce or distribute. So the entire system has to be integrated, and clearly this is one of the areas that is a focus of the G-Cruise, and we are pushing ahead to ensure that we can implement all aspects of the project as quickly as possible.
Training will be held with treatment plant operators on the effective use of the devices, downloading the data from the logger and updating their internal processes. Also benefiting from the electromagnetic discharge measurements will be the future Water Resource Management Unit. The unit will be established under the G-Cruise project to support the integration of climate resilience into Grenada's water sector governance. The WRMU will rely on hydrological and climate change data from relevant ministries and agencies. By strengthening the treatment plant operators of NOWASA in data collection and management, the WRMU will get a sound base for decision-making in regards to Grenada's water resources. Reporting for the G-Cruise project, I am Janelle Ruben.
Mother Nature's creations are always perfect, but when that perfection multiplies and you're the direct beneficiary, it becomes a bountiful blessing. Let's see who's counting blessings on the other side of the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Proud farmer submitted tonight's eyesore photo. Captured is one cabbage plant growing 4 heads of cabbage, 3 big ones and 1 small one. The produce was cultivated on the backyard farm of Miss Laura McGuide at Marabou St. Andrew. Cabbages can be prepared in many different ways for eating. They can be pickled, fermented, steamed, stewed, roasted, sauteed, braised, or even eaten raw. Raw cabbage is a rich source of vitamin K, vitamin C, and dietary fiber. Our eyesore number 405-3052 is always open to receive your eyesore submissions, or you can send them via our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, opposition parliamentarians first to file declarations in 2023. We'll talk about that.
Gentlemen, we say thank you for playing Megapulse Promotions Bingo. So, on Sunday, January 29th, 2023, from 5 p.m. at the National Stadium, we say it's appreciation time. Get ready to win $50,000 in cash. Yes, $50,000 in cash to be won. And hear this, tickets are only $20. Plus, the first 1,000 persons get a complimentary drink. Whoa! Now that's how we say thank you. Bingo fans, see you on January 29th at the National Stadium. As we say, it's appreciation time.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers. Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
I want your folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building, and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Rebecca Television Centre opposition parliamentarians will be the first group of individuals in public life to declare income, assets and liabilities to the Integrity Commission for the new year. 13 members of Parliament, comprising elected representatives, senators, as well as the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, are expected to lodge their documents with the Integrity Commission next Thursday, beginning at 9 in the morning. Approximately 6 months after assuming office, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, along with his cabinet, elected representatives and senators, were invited to file their declarations. 13 of the 16 individuals invited to file then have since declared their assets. The Office of the Integrity Commission will determine when the remaining 3 who requested extensions will be given future dates for filing. We can tell you too, to date, the Commission has received a total of 1,258 declarations from individuals in public life from the following categories: ambassadors and high commissioners, finance officers, permanent secretaries, senior officers of ministries and departments, heads of statutory bodies, law enforcement, and parliamentarians. Stay with us. When we come back, the sports news with Beverly Telesford.
It's your gifts of love for cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Good evening, sporting fans. On Tuesday, the Grenada Football Association joined the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Sports to launch the upcoming match, Grenada versus the USA. Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, says that the GTA sees this match as an opportunity to grow sports tourism. She says that the GTA is enthusiastic about the benefits that the upcoming CNL match against the USA will bring to Grenada.
We have a very competitive landscape at the minute. Lots of people are looking for sun, sand and sea, and there's a plethora of that around the world. So certainly as a tourism organisation, we have identified sports tourism as being one of the pillars for growth where we can have competitive advantage. So you talk about the coverage that we're going to have on online and on the air. You're talking about ESPN. That's over 208 million people whose eyes are going to be on this. And you look at the US as the competitor, that's where 61% of our overall business, our overall visitation comes from.
GFA President Marlon Glean says that the Spice Boys are preparing themselves to be as competitive as possible.
We intend to be as competitive as possible. We intend to give the U.S. a good game, give the fans a good game in Grenada. We're not just here to provide 3 points to the U.S. national team, as Sean said. I know the staff is hard at work. The boys are hard at preparation. And we expect a good game here.
Honorable Ron Redhead, Minister for Sports, took the opportunity to reiterate the government's commitment towards sports development.
This friendly match between the USA and Grenada signals another great attempt to raise the standard of football played on the island and will advance the policy of sports tourism. This administration is keenly pursuing sports tourism and has already laid the framework for better collaboration among our departments and organizations such as the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Sports, among others. GFA's new agenda serves to deepen and expand our efforts to work together. Our national players stand to benefit from this experience, and we encourage all players to give up their best.
This will be the second time in history that Grenada will be hosting the USA national team. In the 2004 World Cup qualifier, the Spice Boys suffered a narrow 3-2 defeat against the USA. The Grenada vs. USA is scheduled to kick off at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on March 24th at 7:30 p.m. Day 6 of the Subway Inter-Secondary School basketball competition saw some exciting games. Communications Officer in the Ministry of Sports, Kareem Maureen Alexander, has the results.
Here are the results of Day 6 of the Subway Secondary Schools basketball tournament held at the Guave, Grenville, and Carnage hard courts on Wednesday, 19th January 2023. In the female division, McDonald College played against St. Joseph's Convent St. George's. St. Joseph's Convent St. George's came out on top with 22 points, McDonald College 19. Game MVP went to Emma Shook of St. Joseph's Convent St. George's with 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 block shots, and 2 steals. Male division, GSS versus SAS. GSS came out on top with 44 points and the SAS 37 points. Game MVP went to Marvin Simon of GSS with 25 points. Happy Hill Secondary School played against Presentation Brothers College. Presentation Brothers College came out on top with 95 points. Happy Hill Secondary School 14. Game MVP went to Curtis Samuel of PBC with 19 points. Wesley College played against Westmoreland Secondary School. Wesley College came out on top with 91 points. Westmoreland Secondary School 28. Game MVP went to Michael Checkley of Wesley College with 56 points, 39 rebounds, 6 block shots, and 6 steals. No games were played today.
Moving now to cricket, the West Indies senior men's team will embark on their African tour as their first assignment for the 2023 season, and they will be eyeing to build on their better performances from 2022. Details in this report.
Captain Craig Brathwaite is eyeing more favorable outcomes in 2023 for his team and is looking forward to this series away from home.
But I really look forward to the batters, spending time, getting runs on the board. I think that's quite crucial, for us setting up the game, to win it. And, bowling wise, we've always been good. Obviously last series, we didn't bowl at Australia. So I think it's very important that we get back to hitting our straps and looking to get 20 wickets.
Meanwhile, interim head coach Andre Coley laid out his intentions for his first mission with the team.
Well, my immediate goal is to, as quickly as possible, build rapport with the players. The captain making sure that we're heading in the right direction. I mean, we've already started those conversations, Craig and myself, in terms of how we will operate on the tours, and just be clear about how we want to approach things, inclusive of support staff and players. So really just having really clear and open communication about how we are looking to achieve the goals. The focus on me at the moment is really what's in front of me. So for the next 2.5 months it's really important, and that's the period that I've been engaged for. So it's really important that we're able to plan properly and give our best performances across the board.
The first of 2 test matches against Zimbabwe will ball off on February 4th in Bulawayo.
Still in cricket, West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews says that the West Indies women are in a good position going into the Tri-Nation Series against India and South Africa. The team is using the East London South Africa Series, which begins this weekend, as preparation. We hear some details in this report.
Really gives us a strong team coming into a series like this, and hopefully, obviously we would have seen our batting performances and probably would have hoped that we could have gotten some more runs scored in these series that we would have played. So just hopefully as a team and hopefully as batters we can go out there and probably perform a bit better. And
amongst those returnees is Stephanie Taylor, whose influence cannot be understated.
We know that she's been the gel of this team for quite some time now, and she has so much experience and so much knowledge on the game that is so valuable. So we're really excited to have her back within the squad, and hopefully she gets an opportunity to go out there and
And that was a look at sports. Stay with us for your regional and international news. This is your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I'm your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, was sworn in today following the ruling party's win in yesterday's general elections.
I, Gaston Brown, do swear that I will not, on any account, at any time whatsoever, disclose any counsel, advice, opinion, or vote given by any minister as a member of the cabinet, and that I will not accept with the authority of the cabinet and to such extent as may be required for the proper conduct of the government of Antigua and Barbuda, directly or indirectly reveal the business or proceedings of the cabinet or any matter coming to my knowledge as a member of the cabinet.
Mr. Brown's Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party won 9 of the 17 seats for a third consecutive term in office. The main opposition, United Progressive Party, won 6 seats, and the Barbuda People's Movement won 1 seat. Moving now to Trinidad. Despite government's announcement to cap the fuel subsidy at $1 billion, over $600 million more was spent in fiscal 2022. Energy Minister Stuart Young made the statement during Parliament's Standing Finance Committee on Wednesday.
In July 2022, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley had announced that government would cap government subsidy to the price at the pump to $1 billion. This was re-emphasized by Finance Minister Colm Imbert during the Spotlight on the Economy in September, saying $1 billion was a reasonable cap. Minister Young explained that government saw the need to allow the cap to be expanded.
2022, the government actually provided a subsidy of $1.6 billion, even how much? $1.67 billion, even though we had indicated earlier in the year we would cap it at $1 billion. It was felt that we would still continue to provide that assistance to the population of Trinidad and Tobago, which worked out to be $670 million more than the $1 billion, not including the substantial subsidy that is paid towards LPG.
Internationally, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged Kyiv's allies to supply Ukraine with more arms as soon as possible. He said that deliveries would help guarantee the security of Ukraine and Europe. Earlier in the day, he criticized Berlin for hesitancy over whether to supply Kyiv with Leopard battle tanks. Ukraine's president made the comments at a joint news conference with the European Council president. The Council president said he was back in Kyiv to discuss all strands of cooperation. May 2023 be the year of victory and peace. Before he arrived in Kyiv, the European Council president said that he would discuss with Zelensky ways to help make Ukraine stronger and more powerful. He said that he was personally in favor of providing Ukraine with tanks. That brought us to the end of the One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford.
Continued programming on the Grenada Broadcasting Network following the news. For now, a reminder of the headlines. Caribbean Development Bank steps forward to assist with finding a solution to the region's air transport crisis. Grenada Cannabis Committee facilitates consultation with foreign agency on the way forward for the cannabis industry. Government approves community liaison officers to service each constituency. In around the globe, Antigua and Barbuda's Gaston Brown wins general elections for a third consecutive term, and Ukraine's president urges allies to deliver more weapons. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada capitalizes on sports tourism. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's the news. Thanks for choosing GBN. Good night.